All right. The other thing I did between videos was I made just a couple of circles, and I used, I believe, cherry cheesecake palette, because I'm going to show you how to do it with both so you can see that it doesn't have to be something as complicated as this, and this may or may not work out for our best interest. I'm going to click on this color and make it a little more cyan. Okay, and actually flip that, and then the green I'm going to kind of like flip that. Flip it. Flip it. There we go. I would like that to be that and the green to be red. Yeah, because those colors are very hip, very now. Okay. So we're going to select this. I'm going to take it over here and go to Window, Pathfinder, nope, Pattern Maker, Pattern Options. Make pattern. They changed the name of it between 5 and 6. I'm still calling it the wrong thing. A new pattern has been added to the swatches panel. Any changes made while editing in the pattern editing mode will be applied to the swatch upon exit. Okay. It takes us into Pattern Maker, a Pattern Maker. Now, this is kind of not as exciting as I want. So what I'm going to do, grab that wiener dog and make him smaller. Zoom in, right? He's adorable. How's it holding up? Small? Holding up good. So this blue here is the tile edge. So that's what you want to work within. Now, I'm going to name this new pattern. Before I do anything else, I'm going to say Walter. Walter's a little longer, but I'm not going to tell anybody that it's not him. I'm going to hold on the Option key to duplicate him, and then select this guy and spin him. Select this guy and spin him. Kind of move it a little closer. So you can see it's already getting a hell of a lot more dynamic than it was. Let's select him. Bring him over here. Whoops. Hold on the... Oops. Hold on the Option key. Select him. And then I think what I want to do is just kind of line him up a little. So you're kind of just, I'm kind of just seeing like, hey, okay, that shape is way more exciting than being really literal. Now, what if we go in?
So we make that one not upside down?
Yeah, I think we need to make him not upside down. He's kind of bugging me too. Let's grab him. We can go to the Transform, Arrange, Rotate if you feel more comfortable doing that. I'm not sure how to place him in there, but we'll figure it out. It would be great to make like a wiener dog mandala, but that is for if I ever teach Illustrator just by itself. That would be primarily what I was teaching. Okay, so let's grab this guy. This is our swatch in here. Put him
Make it rotate like a star from the nose point.
Oh, we could. We
That
could.
would make it look more balanced.
Let's change some of the colors. So in this one, I want the stroke to be, so I'm just flipping this one. Okay, so it's a little more exciting up in there now, right? Minus out, so you can see how it's starting to look overall. And then let's look at some of the options. We can organize them brick by row, brick by column, hex by column, which actually kind of looks pretty fun. And then hex by row. That one might be the one I go with. You can also change the size and width. You can make many, many copies. Right? I think what we had is like 5 by 5. That looked pretty good. It's dimming the copy into 70 right now. And then what I'm going to do when I'm done is hit done. Move this guy back over here. Grab the rectangle tool, draw a giant rectangle, go into my swatches panel, and you will see that now Walter 1 is in there. And I'm going to use Walter 1 as a fill. So that is just the beginning right there. So this is where you're like, okay, that looks okay, but it's got some things, right? I'm not sure if I like how big the dogs are. If you brought a couch in here, say, these dogs would be way too big to be, livable in a house. So what I like to do then is grab the swatch in the swatches panel and drag it down to the new item icon, and you'll see a little plus up here, and it copies it. Double click to enter the pattern maker again, and maybe you grab all 3 of these, 4 of these, make them really tiny, and then maybe, because who knows, you download the Johnny Cash tribute palette, and you go in and you make these a little more hardcore. Let's just make them all a little more hardcore. Hello, my name is Johnny Cash. And for a stroke, right? So now they're just a little bit different. And then you hit done. Leave that one where it is. Grab another rectangle, make tool, and then go in here and hit, I need to make sure that you rename it. Done. And then make sure that oops. Wonder why it's giving me grief. Why are you giving me grief, I say? Yeah, got my stroke, got my fill, there we go, and there you go. So now that's a little different. That would probably make a really beautiful wall, like wrapping paper, right? It's got the essence of it. But what would be even cooler is if there were toys in like a circle, like blue balls, red squishy squids, and a circle around these, right? And the circles started to kind of play with each other. So when you design this, you can see, like even from just like this mini lecture, you don't have to stop. You can continually just copy the last one, work off of that one. Copy the last one, work off of that one. If you feel, what I suggest you do first is get a piece of paper and kind of sketch out how you would like just the one non-repeating tile to look, which I'm not doing here just because of time. And if you're able to do that, then you can, what I would do is I would take a picture of that with my phone, bring that into Illustrator, just a couple of your notes or your drawings, bring that into Illustrator and trace directly off of that piece of paper or those notes, or use those notes in that piece of paper as kind of a generalized outline for how you want to place things into a non-repeatable tile. And then when you get it into Pattern Maker, you can say, oh, okay, you know what? I see how I want this to work. So now if I'm like, well, that's kind of working, but that's not exactly what I want, I can click this guy. I want him to be the big wiener dog. Now these wiener dogs, right? These could be the little baby puppies.
You can make like a line of
You could. There's almost no end to how adorable it could get. The colors in this case,
Our puppies, make them yellow, be like ducks.
you could make them yellow. Get rid of the, I think I'm going to get rid of the stroke here. And then pick a better yellow. Maybe the Johnny, I think you can't go wrong with the Johnny Cash anything, right? And then go done. Oh no, where did it go? Indeed, it went into, it's Walter 2-2, or if you are a better student than I am, you'll name it Walter 3. Okay? Done. Grab your rectangle tool.
Aww.
Now, if you're telling me that you can put this on a gift for somebody and their heart doesn't fall into pieces, then A, your friends have no hearts and deserve no gifts. And there is no B.
There's no option for B.
So very quickly, you see these 3 circles I drew in like 10 seconds. These can also make a really beautiful pattern. Let me kind of move some of this stuff out of the way. Put it over here. Window, pattern, options. Make pattern. Right? Like just without doing anything. Without doing anything at all. I am going to call them ice cream because I'm going to show you where the ice cream panel is. I'm going to hit done. There is an ice cream panel. So now that is there. Illustrator is so good to us. Let's grab. I could live with this. I think this is beautiful too.